Yes, we want to know what Sure Start centres are
Apart
planning to
from
be
Patrick,
closed
because
in
we've
your
heard from
Which
you,
castle.
Sure
Patrick,
Start
already, thank you.
centres?
What Sure Start centres are you planning to close in your castle, Nick? What Sure Start centres?
Any questions or comments from our audience?
So what centres? Answer the question. Answer the question.
Okay. All right, guys, Patrick and friends, I have to just applaud you
What centres?
because
what Sure
you've
Start
managed
centres
to.
are you planning to close in your castle? That's what we're here. That's the question we want to ask, and that's the answer that we want. No, we're not here to talk to journalists. We're not seeking.
No, and we didn't come here to hear you today, Patrick.
We would
Please.
have asked these questions at his surgery, but he didn't.
I'm sorry,
return
I'm
to
sorry,
the
folks.
surgery.
I have no one here to help us remove these people.
The police are on their way.
The police are apparently on their way, which we don't really need, we don't really want, because
We really want answer questions from the real
You
public,
say you're
from
part
the
of this
people that are
anti-cuts
affected.
campaign, then help the anti-cuts campaign. Tell us what centres you're planning to
I know. Yes. No, okay. Listen. Julia's point is.
and we'll build that resistance.
Julia's
to
point
stop
here
it.
is that this is what we've been talking about. It's about having these kind of
It's fine,
conversations.
it's okay. Like, we don't need to stay here any longer. It's quite clear that Nick doesn't want to answer those questions. That he's going to carry on delaying. Well, when are you going to let people
In
know?
purpose.
Christmas Eve, you'll let the children know which centres are being closed.
Okay. I'm going to give Nick another chance. Nick, do you want to? And if Nick gives you an answer, do you promise to allow us to carry on our
That's
conversation?
what we're here
Yeah.
for, to get an answer
Okay.
to that question.
I'm trying to help you here, guys. I'm
Yeah,
trying
well, we've
to
been trying to
have
find
conversations
answers to this
that move us forward.
question.
Okay.
Yeah,
So please,
It's a very
please,
hard man to
if
find.
yes.
Let me just say a couple of things. Firstly, the council will be issuing a whole series of consultation documents
Are you
next
going to answer
week.
the question, Nick?
Can you let
We're-
him answer the question?
We're at the moment we're currently working with a number of voluntary sector organisations to try to find a way in which we can prevent as many of the Sure Start centres as possible from closing, which is why it's taking us a little longer than we expected to make a public announcement. So it's because there are conversations going on about what the art of the possible is and what it can be done within the resources available to keep as much viable as possible. The point that I would want to make is that we are straining every sinew to try to do what we can with the voluntary sector to try to protect as many jobs as possible. And what we hope is that the proposals will be made public next week for consultation, and that will be an opportunity for people to have their say on what they think of those proposals. But we can't get away from it. We are living in a time of austerity. We are living in a time when public services are being cut to a level like we haven't seen since the 1930s. And this kind of protest is an obvious example of the kind of anger which people in the city share at the decimation of public services.
Yeah.
And of course people are angry. Of course people are angry. What I've been doing, and if you'd heard me speak this morning, you would have heard me making a case for people and supporting
So
people.
next week,
Okay, so we look forward to hearing that information next week, and we'll let you know that our campaign isn't for the voluntary sector to take over services that Newcastle City Council should be providing. We're asking for universal early years provision. That's for all children in Newcastle. That's what we're fighting for, to save all of those Sure Start centres. So we look forward to hearing your announcement next week about what centres Newcastle's Labour Council plans to close, so that we can defend those services. And we'll keep coming back, and we'll keep coming to these events until we find out that information. If you let us down like you have done over the last week or so, in terms of when this kind of information is actually going to be released. But that's our demand. It's no cuts to Sure
Okay.
Start.
Should we give?
no cuts at all!
No
Thank you very
cuts
much.
to
Not
Sure
privatising